Check it out. The boat wrecks are multiplying. Look at this awesome view of Lake Mead up here. Well, there you have it, folks. Skyward's Gone. The icon of the Lake Mead Drought. Good morning, Mojo crew. How you doing today? We are back down here at Government Wash to check on things, or rather the lack of things. Some of you who watch the channel might already recognize that we were just down here a couple videos ago. And there's a reason for that. Let's head on down to the water line, see what's going on today. Check it out. The boat wrecks are multiplying. This is a new one. A little outboard. This gutted one was here last time. But this is new. Oh, there's two. It has two outboards here. Yeah, so they are busy down here pulling out the boat wrecks. Wonder what happened to this one. Propeller in there still. Could this be a hint as to what's to come down there? Let's go see. Look at this awesome view of Lake Mead up here. I also noticed another update they've done down here is they started putting fire rings in the established campsites here. So that's new also. And you can see right behind the bike here, like I pointed out last video, they've brought in porta potties too, because they were having problems with dumping and human waste. So people had people were too lazy to go back up, so I guess, you know, they would just dump stuff at the campsite. So now we got porta potties back here, we got fire rings here, and this is really going to be a neat little upgraded camping spot. I mean, I really liked it when it was open camping, but of course, like I pointed out in the last Lake Mead update, people had ruined that because they would come down here and trash the place and squat and overstay their welcome. So now it looks like this might turn into like a established camping area like the rest of them, maybe even a fee area or reservation area. I don't know, we'll see, but they've done a good job here updating these sites, and I'm going to keep this one in mind because this is a good one right here. All right, let's get back on, keep heading down to the water. Every time I come out here now, it takes a little longer to get down to the water because the water level keeps dropping a little bit. But today you're gonna see once we get down there, looks like the drop is pretty much evened off right now. Hopefully it stays that way through the rest of the summer. Let's head on down. This is about where I came down last time, and I was trying to decide if I should ride all the way down the hill. And I ended up doing it, and it was probably not the best idea because the way back up was pretty rough. I had to push it a lot of the way. Needless to say, I'll probably park this time right down here and hoof it the rest of the way. Probably be easier than having to push the bike back up a 45-degree incline. Almost there. Well, I can already tell this looks different than just a few weeks ago here. Looks like someone drugged something down here or graded it. And I wonder if they're actually going to make this an established trail down to the water line. still kind of sketchy because it's so steep here, and they've kind of filled in a lot of the holes that people had dug out because they would come down here in two-wheel drive and then get stuck and try and gun it back up the hill. Well, there you have it, folks. Skyward's gone. As if this wasn't a telltale sign enough that something was going on down here. But it does kind of look like this loader might have gotten stuck down in here in the reeds. Check it out, they put a new sign down here too. It says, notice, the water in this area contains contaminants found in runoff from urban areas and treated sewage. Human contact not recommended. And it's a really good thing they put this sign up a couple weeks after I went swimming in here. But the reason they did that is because, like I just pointed out, over the hill here, the water from the Las Vegas wash and the city reclamation and runoff is coming out into Lake Mead here. And this is kind of like a little bay, and it kind of gets calm in here. So I guess maybe they figure because the water flows in here is kind of stagnant, you really shouldn't be going in this area. You can see right over the hill here, though, barely, Lake Mead proper is out there. So the Las Vegas reclamation water should really go all the way out to the lake and mix around so that it continues to become diluted and purified and whatnot before it's used again. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag by now. No hiding this thing down here. And, well, you could probably already guess it, seeing from the cable behind there. Looks like they were using this loader to pull out the boat wrecks. And that is why right behind here, Skyward Bay is now empty. That's right, folks. The Park Service was serious this year when they said they wanted to clean Lake Mead up. They didn't like all of us coming out here and putting the boat wrecks online, showing all the sore thumbs sticking out of Lake Mead. So here you go, I can confirm one more boat wreck is gone. And possibly the boat wreck, the icon of the Lake Mead Drought from just a few years back. The Skyward boat sat right in this bay and pointed straight up here. And you can see the recovery rope here. But what is interesting is this water level has not even dropped since the last time I came down here to swim with Skyward. I was just out here swimming in this bay and the water hasn't gone down really at all. So they did not wait like I thought they would. I thought they would wait until later in the summer and maybe next summer when this goes down to 1040, where Skyward was completely exposed and you could come out here and just walk around. But nope, they didn't even wait. So that tells me that they must have a recovery barge, and this loader here must just be assisting as like an anchor. And I'm thinking they have a recovery barge that they're floating around the lake here, and they must have pulled it into the bay here and drug Skyward up onto there and then got him out. At least from what I'm seeing here, there is definitely no telltale signs down here near the water line that a boat wreck was drug out of here. Especially not a boat wreck that is the size of Skyward. That boat was maybe 30 feet in length at least. Definitely not a small boat wreck at all. Oh, now wait a second, folks. This is interesting. Maybe they did not get all of Skyward out. Can you see that under the water line right here? Okay, well, this is definitely a interesting new twist to the story of Skyward. It looks like this is the bottom half. So maybe they came down here to pull it out and help anchor it with the loader and whatever. Maybe they had a winch point or something and it just didn't hold together and it just ripped off at the top here. It looked like. So at least the top half of Skyward is gone, and it looks like they must have had quite a day down here trying to do all this work. So I'm guessing maybe the sun started setting, and with Skyward ripped in half there, they probably figured they're gonna have to come back and do the rest of this recovery sometime this week. So this might be the last you see actually of Skyward right down here, and it's hard to tell from the end here, but it looks like the motor may still be attached down there. So if it is, that would definitely be the reason why Skyward didn't come out in one piece. Very interesting though. The last days of Skyward, the icon of the Lake Mead Drought. And right over here you can see the island poking up that we featured in our first boat wreck videos. We were using that as a reference because the water was so low. I was able to come down this hill and just walk around Skyward out here, and then I was able to walk out to the island. So it's even though this right here is pretty low, and you can see how low it is because Skyward is almost above water. It's probably only about 3 or 4 feet here. So even though it looks low right now, back in 2022 and for part of 2023, this entire glassy area of water here was basically gone, and the water was just barely coming in the bay way out there. So pretty interesting. I'm wondering what they were using this line for. Maybe that was to get one of the other boats out of here. Let's go see if this leads anywhere. Oh, and no, I thought it would go a little further. Just ends right here. So I think from my conclusion that I can draw is they were using this as a winch point, and they might have had a barge out here trying to help pull it upwards at the same time too, and Skyward just couldn't take the torsion and might have just ripped off, and now the bottom fell over and is laying down here in about 3 or 4 feet of water. So that's it for Skyward. You know, after last video, everyone asked, do you think they're going to remove Skyward this year? Do you think they're ever going to remove Skyward? Do you think Skyward will be left alone because it's kind of become an icon of the drought? And, well, you have your answer, and that is no. The Park Service does not see it that way, as an icon of the drought or anything that should be visited by guests or photographed or anything like that. It's just basically an eyesore and a nuisance. And there's where Skyward lies. And I'm guessing in a few days they're going to come back and pull the rest of this out, and this will turn back into a quiet, empty harbor. All right, folks, well, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for joining me on another adventure, and let's all say goodbye to Skyward. Bye, Skyward. Thank you for letting us know the water levels the last few years.